Hi friends, let me start by telling you all about an unusual incident that I encountered some time back. I was going up to my office on the 15th floor of the Statesman House, that's in New Delhi. It was a regular morning and all the lifts were running full. The lift I got into was fully packed. There was no space to move even a leg. In that jam-packed lift, a very elegant lady happened to be standing next to me. And as we were going up, I saw this lady suddenly hyperventilating. She was showing visible signs of discomfort. Not wanting to be intrusive, I did not ask her if she was having any problem. As the crowd thinned in the lift, I could see in the mirror of the lift that she was breathing a little easy. The lift reached the 15th floor, and as I was getting out, she too got out. But when I looked at her face, it was flushed and she was sweating. I asked her, "Excuse me, lady, I hope all is well." She gently and sheepishly smiled at me and replied, I'm fine, but I have this problem. When unknown people stand too close to me, that is inside my personal space, I get these anxiety attacks." That's the time I realized the effect of intrusion into one's personal space and how it can affect an individual. So friends, knowing about this personal space and respecting it is very important, especially when we meet a new person and want to obtain a favorable impression. Join me, Group Captain Ranjit Isaac, an Indian Air Force veteran, as we understand the importance of respecting other person's personal space and building brand new. I'm sure most of you too would have noticed how people behave inside a crowded elevator or lift. The person standing next to you may be bang opposite your face, but pretends not to see you, or would pretend observing some non-existing thing on the ceiling of the lift. The reason people exhibit this peculiar or unusual behavior in a crowded space is due to a combination of various factors. Edward Hall was an American anthropologist and a social scientist who developed the concept of proxemics and studied how people behave and react in different types of culturally defined personal space, and coined the term proxemics way back in 1963. So, what is personal space? Personal space is often referred as that invisible bubble that surrounds each of us. It plays a vital role in maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. The COVID epidemic had forced us to be conscious about this space, but in a different way. But this invisible bubble each of us have developed was always there and will always be there in the future too. While it may seem like a simple concept, the importance of personal space cannot be overstated. One's personal space has both a physical and a psychological boundary. It is defined by the limits of our comfort zone. The size of one's personal space bubble can vary from person to person and from culture to culture too, but typically ranges from about 18 inches, that's about 1.5 feet, to about a meter, that's 3 feet in diameter. We Indians, by way of our culture, have a very special way to respect each other's personal space by using namaste as a way of formally greeting each other. It automatically helps maintain an arm's length distance, which is greater than 2 feet. Indians, while interacting with the opposite gender, tend to maintain even greater distance that is greater than 2 feet. But generally, 2 feet is the kind of global average for this bubble. And it is the safe distance one should keep from each other in a business or a formal setup. But in a corporate setup, where handshake is a kind of standard meeting and greeting action, we Indians tend to burst into each other's bubble by walking too close when doing a professional handshake, or stay too far, making it very formal. Some even grab each other's arm or shoulder and then start shaking their hand. This can be viewed negative depending on the person and in the cultural background he comes from. So the right and safe distance to be maintained when an arm is extended is about 3/4 of its full length. That is this. That is with the elbows slightly away from the body and palms facing vertical with the thumbs facing upward, so as to meet the other person's hand slightly above waist height, thus maintaining a distance greater than 2 feet, which is an arm's length from each other. This keeps you in that safe zone and helps meet each other as equal. As I sign off today, I want you all to watch TV news and look at how diplomats and dignitaries shake hands with each other during formal meetings and conferences. Try to notice that subtle power play of one-upmanship between them. See how the superior guy or the senior acts and how the junior acts. So friends, observe and practice and learn how to give a confident professional handshake, maintaining the personal space between each other so that you can showcase your brand. Join me in my free live webinar sessions where we practice and work on such strategies to build brand you and deliver performance beyond expectations. Jai Hind.